Very much, Madam Chair, and to Mr. Carlin, General Taylor, I join the chair in welcoming you to this committee, congratulating you on your nomination by the President. Mr. Carlin, since Congress created the National Security Division as part of the post-9/11 effort to tear down the walls between the criminal and national security worlds, NSD has taken on a key role in our nation's intelligence collection activities. In the wake of the Snowden leaks, I understand the administration may be making some changes, especially to Section 702 of FISA, that will negatively impact how our intelligence agencies collect and retain information. When Congress passed the FISA Amendments Act, we were careful to not put up walls or prohibit lawfully collected information from being used. I hope you will be a strong voice against any policies that try to undo the intent behind the FAA and that make it harder for our intelligence agencies to do their jobs. When you and I met in my office, we had a good discussion about this administration's ongoing failure to come up with an interrogation and detention policy that would allow for the collection of real-time, actionable intelligence without defense attorneys, Miranda rights, or judicial deadlines. As a prosecutor, you understand there is no requirement to give a terror suspect Miranda rights. It just means you can't use his statements at trial. Captured terrorists can be gold mines for information that we should not treat them, and therefore we should not treat them like ordinary criminals. Unless we can get good intelligence from these detainees, we could fall behind the curve in preventing future attacks. That's a risk that should not be acceptable to anyone, regardless of any campaign promise. NSD is also at the forefront of terrorism and counterintelligence investigations throughout the country. While the criminal justice system clearly plays an important role in national security cases, I believe we should do more to make our military commission system a success. Now is not the time to bring dangerous criminals, dangerous terrorists into the United States and give them the benefits of our criminal justice system. There is simply too much uncertainty following an acquittal, as we recently saw with the unsuccessful prosecution of the Somali pirate in federal court here in the district. General Taylor, we thank you for returning to government to take on this new assignment, one that promises to be as difficult as any in your career, as you and I discussed a little earlier. Since its creation nearly a decade ago, DHS-INA has struggled to find an organizational identity to fit in with the intelligence community and to attain the level of professional competence that the American people are entitled to expect in their government. For some time now, members of Congress, on both the House and the Senate and on both sides of the aisle, have questioned the very existence of INA and the work that it does. There are questions about the quality and necessity of much of INA's analysis, concerns about INA's ability to process and share information, questions about the size of the workforce in relationship to its level of production, and concerns about the potential for DHS to safeguard cyber and critical infrastructure. All of these questions come at a time when INA is still clinging to a corporate notion that it is a new organization. My comments are not intended to disparage the professional men and women who work for DHS. There are an awful lot of very capable, very professional individuals involved there, many of whom have begun to ask these same questions. Rather, my concern lies with the inability of INA as a whole to routinely demonstrate a unique contribution to the national security of the United States. General, if confirmed, you may be the last best hope for the future of DHS-INA. It's unlikely you will be able to keep INA aloft by maintaining the current course and heading, so I would like your candid thoughts about what you plan to do over the next 12 months to fix INA for the long term. I have great confidence in Secretary Johnson. Secretary Johnson has great confidence in you. Therefore, I transfer that confidence myself to you. I look forward to our discussion today and working with both of you in the future, and I thank you, Madam Chair.